But this is the day before the opener of whitetail season, the general season here in Texas.
All right, folks, there it is. The camera is mounted. Took us all of about a whopping 30 seconds. Get that up, nothing to it. Have you ever used a stick float for fishing? All stick floats have two halves, a buoyant top section and a heavy bottom half.
Welcome to A Sportsman's Life. We're so glad you tuned in to join us for another exciting real-world outdoor adventure right here on A Sportsman's Life.
It's a little bit hot in the deer blind right now, but this is the day before the opener of whitetail season, the general season here in Texas. My buddy Kenneth Shepherd's over here doing the filming. We're doing some scouting, and we've already seen one buck. It's going to be 140. Now, that's not what my buddy Kenneth is after, but it might be all I can do to stay off the trigger if he comes back tomorrow. We're going to have to paddle. We actually paddle back in here across a creek and walk back up in here. It's a little honey hole back here, but I'm going to let Kenneth tell you a little bit about it.
Me and Luke are out here doing a little scouting, getting ready for hunting season, which begins tomorrow, the 23 season. It's been quite a few seasons, hasn't it, Luke? It's been
Yeah, 22, 23. That's it.
That's it.
That's what it's
been quite a few. So yeah, we're seeing a few bucks. They seem to be pre-rutting or possibly rutting. And they're responding really well to the rattle, so we're having a good time messing with them and seeing what's out here. Can't wait to get after them tomorrow and maybe put some meat on the ground.
You bet you. We'll have those rattling forks going tomorrow. But we rattled in that as a 10-point, about a 140 class deer.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm anxious for tomorrow morning, buddy.
Me too.
We're going to be up here, and we don't know how it's going to come out, but folks, we're going to show you exactly what happens. It's going to be fun and successful whether we kill one or not, right, Kenneth?
That's right. It's not really all about killing them. It's just about being here. See something over there?
Yeah, there's a bug over there. Let's get a better look at him. Kenneth, I tell you, buddy, that was a good buck. I think that buck could be close to 140.
I believe you're right in there. That was a good buck. It really was.
But, I mean, and then the potential of where we're at, folks, Kenneth shot a 172 real close to right here a few years ago. There's some good bucks.
There's some good bucks around here, and if you just gotta be patient. It's hard to let a buck like that walk, but if you want a big one, you gotta let the medium and bigger. You gotta let them walk.
That's right. Folks, I did have the 270 right on him for a minute, but I was looking pretty hard. Okay, we'll quiet down, see what else comes in.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Shooting?
Kenneth, I tell you what, that antler rattling, when it works, it works.
It works well when it does work, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not something that you can just depend on every time, but like Larry, I've hunted with Larry Weisson, you know, a lot through the years, and if you don't do it, there might be a buck out there on a tree line over there that he's just traveling, cruising, looking for love, you know. And if he hears those antlers rattling, bring him in. It can happen, but
Sure can.
I guess we better be quiet and give it about 10 minutes, and we'll get those antlers back out again.
Yes, sir.
Well, friends, this wraps our opening day hunt up. We are paddling out. As you can see, the beautiful moon is up. We got about a half a mile paddle to where we find our truck. So, did we shoot a buck? No. Did we have an awesome time and see some really good bucks? We did. Much more to the show to come, folks, so stay tuned.
Brought to you by Dallas Safari Club, Conservation, Education, and Hunter Advocacy. Hornaday, accurate, deadly, dependable. Taurus Firearms, maker of the Raging Hunter. Trigicon, brilliant aiming solutions.
Hi folks, I'm Luke Clayton, of course, and this is Mr. Stephen Wall. Stephen is a wild hog buyer, but he also has a company that furnishes, I would call it a trail camera, but this is a live feed camera, folks, that you set it up in the woods. Stephen, it's running all the time. You have a little app on your cell phone.
Yes.
And you can watch your woods and you can zoom in, can't you?
You can zoom in, you can spin it around, zoom in and out. Works off a SIM card. The SIM card, you can buy, we can sell you either an AT&T or Verizon, or we can sell you one that's got the ability to use any carrier in your area.
So it'll lock in if Verizon's the strongest.
Yes.
It'll pull in on that.
Yes.
Folks, that's a big plus. Basically, you know, what tricks a lot of people up, old timers like me with technology, this thing, folks, I mean, it's ready to go.
It's ready. When you get it, all you're going to have to do is download an app, turn the camera on, and scan a QR code on the camera, which is here, and it connects it automatically. There's nothing really you have to do.
You've got it ready to go.
It's ready to go.
That's a big plus right there. And then for like the first month service, how does it?
The first month is included in the purchase of the camera, and then after that, it's depending on how many gigs you're going to use. I personally use about 2 to 3 gigs a month on my hog traps. Seems to do just fine, and that's around the $20 to $25, depending on which SIM card you're going to use, Mark. So it's just right at what the normal cellular trail cameras charge.
Right.
So you're not looking at a big added expense.
Well, I wouldn't say this is like the newest thing on. This has been around just a little while, but in the hunting world, I mean, speaking as an old guys, I've had hunt traps out and feeders and everything going with cell cameras.
Right.
Why in the world would a person buy and pay $200 for a cell camera, a good one, trail camera, when for a picture that they go pull their SD card and they go poke it in their computer, and like I've been doing for years,
right,
when they can have a video live feed.
Video. It's only about a 5-second delay from what's happening and what you're getting on your phone.
Well, I say, folks, we're down at our buddy Jeff Rice's place, and we're going to set this up. We have a feeder that's back here behind me, Ultramatic feeders. Carl Harmon gave us a feeder to set up, and we're going to set this feeder up and put this camera on it, and we're going to be having some fun.
Well, and one of the added things, you know, with the trail camera, you have to put batteries in the normal cellular trail camera. Well, this, you don't have to put in batteries. The batteries are included with the solar panel. So it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. These are about how much?
About $200 to $220.
And that comes with a month service, and then after that, it's going to be $20 or so.
$20 or so a month.
A month, and then of course you have to pay that on any.
Yes, and it's a prepaid deal. You just get online, on the website and punch in your SIM card number, which you'll have it. There'll be a card which you can keep with you with that SIM card, same SIM card that's in there, and just what package you want, 3 gigs for 30 days or so on.
You're ready to go.
You're ready to go.
Stephen, tell our friends how much people are going to be wanting one of these.
Right.
And I guarantee you they work, because I've been watching his for about a month. How do they get one to them?
They can call me directly at 214-809-5303, or you can get me on Facebook at Kaufman County Wild Hog Buyer.
Kaufman County Wild Hog Buyer.
Yes.
On Facebook. And that number again
is 214-809-5303.
Let's go set this rascal up.
All right, let's do it.
So we got a good signal.
Yep.
All right, folks, we found a spot. And I think we're going to make it happen, huh, boys?
You bet. And there's a buck rub
Yeah,
right over here. Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Always a good sign.
Right here. Look at that. Yeah, that's
And
fresh, too.
And if you don't think deer are creatures of habit, this tree right here was probably killed last year. I see where it was rubbed, this little sapling right here.
Yes, sir.
That buck, he said, come back, he's probably a monster by
That's
now.
right.
That's the way
Yes, sir.
we deer hunters like to think.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, so we can set it up, set the camera up right here, put the ultramatic feeder back over here.
Yes, sir.
I think we got a plan. Let's execute.
Let's execute.
Let's do
All right.
This one got it trimmed so it'll get a lot of sunlight for that
for the solar panel.
solar panel there, facing back in there. Nice opening. This is going to be a killer spot, as they
Yes,
say
sir.
in the woods.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Solar panel, it actually has connections, a little screw here that you can adjust, and you can do it this way, or you can spin it around and tilt it forward, backwards.
Nice.
That way it can.
And you can see, I think you told me 320 degrees or something.
320 degrees, it goes almost all the way around
And you're actually controlling this mode, the drive from your cell phone.
from your cell phone.
And hone in on a buck's antlers out here or whatever.
That's right. Yep.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Exciting, yes. Folks, you got to get you one of these. We're going to get this set up, and of course, here in A Sportsman's Life, we're going to show you some video clips off of this thing once we get her up and running, and I think you're going to be quite surprised. So, Stephen, this thing, you can take videos, pictures, everything right off of it, correct?
Yes, right off of
Yep.
it. You just log on to the camera, and it'll show you all the videos, a list of all your videos that it's collected.
Yeah.
Because it's going to record on motion, and you can adjust that. You can adjust its sensitivity to where it's low or high, or so it doesn't pick up every bird that flies by.
Sure,
You can
sure.
adjust it to pick up mainly deer,
Nice.
hogs, that type of thing.
Well, like Luke said, why would you want a trail cam when you can have this?
That's right. That's right.
You know?
Exactly.
All right.
This is gonna
It's
revolutionize.
Game changer,
that's
right?
a game changer.
It is.
Game
Okay.
changer. Yeah, there you go.
It's a far cry back from 1980 when a company out of Louisiana sent me a 35 millimeter film camera.
Oh, I
in a
remember
box
those. Yeah.
With a tripwire. You stretch this out now, and this is going to be the cutting edge thing. Well, and then you take the film. I don't remember ever getting one picture from that thing, but you know the exposure was bad or whatever, you know. But,
Of course.
In the last 40 years, how much has come and changed, man? It's
Technology is here, boy.
That's right.
All right, well, boys, let's get that up on the tree. We'll get our feeder set up. We've got corn here to load in, and I think we're going to be good to go. This is going to be fun. All right, let's get to work. All right, folks, there it is. The camera is mounted. Took us all of about a whopping 30 seconds. Get that up, nothing to it.
Turn around the camera. There we go.
Ready to go, huh?
Yep.
Let's just take a quick peek. Can we see? Look at
see
that.
Look at that.
You can see that, folks, but there we are. Beautiful. Nice.
Look, watch it turn.
Look at this turning right on us. How about that?
Watch
There
the
I
camera.
am filming you.
And there you are turning it.
That's pretty sweet.
Up.
Look at that.
And we're not connected from here to here. We're connected cell tower to here. So it's not something that we're fooling you on. It's a
Yeah.
4G LTE.
That
piece
is a
of
live feed right there. That is sweet.
And the picture is as clear
Oh, yeah.
as, wow.
equipment. It's 720p standard, and then there's a button you can push that'll
A high
switch it
def.
to HD, and it'll be 1080p.
Yeah, sweet.
Folks,
All right.
again, if you haven't figured this out, we're out here, have just set that camera up and looking looking at it right here in real time.
I turned it on just before he started filming the camera up there, so it took, what, 20 seconds, and we were connected.
Pretty amazing. I say we
very-
set that feeder up,
Yes, sir.
get it going, and start watching and see when the hogs and deer come in.
That's what I'm saying.
That is a plan for sure. All right, let's get her done.
A Sportsman's Life is also made possible by Air Force Air Guns, AGM Global Vision, H3 Whitetail Solutions, and Pyramid Air.
Hello, sports fans. Bill Carey with Striper Express with your fishing tip on A Sportsman's Life. Well, this week is Veterans Day. We have a big blowout, probably 50 to 60 vets show up. We have the Striper Express annual Vets Day fishing tournament. We go out, we catch a bunch of fish. When they come in, we weigh them, and then everybody goes up to the party bar and has lunch. And after that, we have a big presentation. It's a lot of fine people that show up. And let me be the first to thank all of y'all for your service. The ones who made the ultimate sacrifice and the ones who returned. Thank you, vets. Come on up here. We're going to have a good time on Friday. Let's go catch some fish.
Conservation Today is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Visit HaydenOutdoors.com to find or sell your farm, ranch, or recreational property. Take the time to plant wildflowers in and around your property, such as these lantanas. This time of year, the blooms bring in creatures of beauty, like this swallowtail butterfly. This is also a great time of year to take a walk in the woods and take in all of its beauty. These tips brought to you by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Have you ever used a stick float for fishing? All stick floats have two halves, a buoyant top section and a heavy bottom half. The buoyant top holds the float upright, while the heavy bottom acts as a stabilizer. They are different than most bobbers that have some sort of weight built into the float itself. The bottom half of the float is designed to help maintain the float's stability in running or moving water. There are three main factors that must be considered when selecting the appropriate float size: depth of water, strength of current, and strength and direction of the wind. Small shot weights are added up and down the line below the stick float to bring the bait to the desired depth. Stick floats are designed to be slowed down by the angler without the float being pulled under by the current. It's best to match the speed and flow of your bait to the stick float so that your bait looks like it's being carried along by the current in a very natural way. In order to make sure the bait moves at the correct speed, you will at times have to hold or pull back on the float. Just remember, when fishing rivers, the lower layers of water in the river will move more slowly than the surface or upper layers, hence the need for correct small shot weight placement. The use of correct small shot weight placement is essential to successful fishing. Mastering the use of a stick float will allow the angler to explore different water layers. Learning to hold the float back or even stopping it completely will rise the bait up in the water, while releasing the float will allow the bait to drop back down through the layers in a natural way. The use of stick floats will often be a game changer when fishing in moving water. It's all about bait presentation and bait location. Give them a try if you've never used one. Not only are they great fun to fish with, they are a heck of a lot of fun to collect.
Folks, thanks so much for joining us. This segment of our show is brought to us by Gearhead Archery, Snaplock Hunting Blinds, Smoking Texas Electric Smokers, TRHP Outdoors, Ultramatic Feeders, and Catfish Pro Catfish Bait and Catfishing Supplies. Make sure and tune in next week. We'll have another exciting show ready to go for you.